Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about the tragedy that took place at Clan Carthy Primary School in Kingston recently that resulted in the death of 7-year-old Benjamin Bair. I've been following the story for about a week now, but considering that the legal aspect of it did not surface, I didn't really have much to say on the subject. But I now have some legal aspects surrounding the story, and for that reason, I have to comment on it today and share my legal opinion and my personal view. Other than that, Clan Carthy Primary School, I have some connection to it. I would say indirect connection to it. When I was a child living in Jamaica, about 9 years old, one of my neighborhood friend actually attended that school and skipped school only to lose his life by drowning down at the Kingston Harbor. So after hearing the story about little Benjamin Bair, it did bring that back to mind. Anyway, this is what I've gathered so far. So there was a garbage truck on the premises of Clan Carthy Primary School, apparently with its engine still running, and the driver was absent. The truck somehow drove off on its own, causing a collision into a car. The truck tipped over and fell on young Benjamin Bair, causing him to lose his life. It is unfortunate that a child loses their life at any age, and especially at 7 years old when they're just starting school. This is the hopeful era of this person's life. You know, I can remember clearly when I was 7 years old and I was just about to go into grade 1. So I can only imagine, and I cannot express in any measurement the severe pain that the parents and friends for little Benjamin Bair has to endure at this time. However, like I said, I've decided to talk about the situation because of the legal aspects surrounding it. And what I'm about to say, some people may agree with me and some people may definitely disagree with me, because this is not just my opinion, it's just pretty much how the law works. So first thing first, who is to be blamed, or who is supposed to be held responsible for the loss of this child's life? Let's get into that now. Most people may say the driver should be blamed and the driver should be the one responsible. And that's where it gets a bit fuzzy in the eyes of the law, because this is how I assess the matter. First and foremost, the driver was not in the truck. And despite him recently turning himself into the police, sadly it was discovered that the driver did not have a license to operate the truck, and the truck did not have insurance, and some of its other required paper was out of date, and there was just a lot of wrong going on with the truck and the driver. But with all that aside, my personal opinion, this is not my legal opinion, I'll get to my legal opinion in a moment. My personal opinion is that the school has to take some responsibility for this unfortunate accident. It is clearly an accident, but here's why I think the school should take some responsibility for this accident. I don't think that it was appropriate to have given the truck the go-ahead to be on the premises at that time. If children are running around, or if children are still making their way to school or out to school, as long as it's one of those periods where the children are not all accounted for and the gates close, I don't think the truck should be allowed on the premises to begin with. Therefore, any accident, whether far-fetched or near-fetched accident, I believe the school, Clan Carthy, has to take some responsibility, because they did give the go-ahead for this truck to be on the premises. So what I'm trying to say, the truck was not on the premises without approval. The truck gained full approval from the school to be on the premises. And as long as we have little children running around in the schoolyard, whether it's recess time or whether it's still admitting time where they're going to class, or still latecomers are coming, I believe personally that the truck should not have been on the premises, and for that reason the school should take some responsibility. However, here's the legal aspect of it, and this is where it's going to annoy Benjamin Bair's parents parents, and it's going to annoy everybody who believe that the family should be compensated. Okay, despite the truck not having insurance and the driver not having a license, here's where it gets touchy. You see, when the truck actually ran away and killed Benjamin Bair, the driver was not in the truck. So legally, there's no evidence that this driver was operating the vehicle. It's sad, it's ugly, but under the eyes of the law, legally, he was not in operation of the vehicle. And here where it gets even worse. Legally speaking, the truck was not on public road. Considering that the truck was not on the street, is that Deanery Road? I think it's Deanery Road. Considering that the truck was not on a public street, technically speaking, the truck is not in violation of any traffic laws. I understand it's ugly, and I understand that it would upset me. You know, I'm a parent, and it would upset me if a lawyer have to tell me that. If a lawyer have to say to me, well, here's the thing. This driver who doesn't have a license, he wasn't really driving the truck when the truck ran away. And here's the other thing. Considering that he wasn't on a road in Kingston and St. Andrew, he wasn't actually on, the truck was on, even though it's a public school, the truck was within a premises. So it was not on the street, and because of that, there's no clause in the Jamaica's Traffic Act that says if a truck or a car or a motor vehicle is on a public property, it validates to being seen as the same as being on a public street. Only and only if that can be proven, if somebody can scourge that up from somewhere in the writings of Jamaican traffic law and says, well, if it's on a public premises, it equates to the same as being a public street, then we may have a case there. But even if we still had a case there, we still have to cross the hurdle of the fact that this person was not in the truck. This person, he might have already admitted that he drove the truck to the school, but you can't really put a crime on him because he would have to be caught in the act of driving the truck. I mean, for all of you guys out there, male or female, who was driven without a license at some point in your life, here's what I'm saying. Confessing that to the traffic authority does not equate it to a crime. You have to actually be caught in the act. So even though this driver drove the truck to the school, the simple fact that he was not in the truck when the truck rolled away kind of exempt him from any criminal charge. And the only thing that we're kind of looking at here is civil liability. You know, somebody can be sued for some financial compensation because that's the only thing we can get out of this situation. Nothing under the sun we can do to bring back 7-year-old Benjamin Bair. So that is the sad truth, people. The sad truth is this person who drove the truck to the school may not be able to be legally prosecuted under any criminal charges. The school, however, who is supposed to be responsible for the safeguarding of the children between X time and X time, has the responsibility to know if whether Benjamin Bair was hit by a teacher's car or by another parent's car. That kind of all falls back onto the school because it's their responsibility. And in being such a little baby boy, Benjamin Bair, 7-year-old, he represents so many other 7-year-old at that school. So I'm saying you're operating a school with a whole lot of infants, a whole lot of little kids. So it is the school responsibility to take precaution at what time and under what circumstances a truck of this size is allowed to come into school property. I understand that my view may upset the principal and other people of Clan Carthy Primary School, but in my personal and legal opinion, I kind of see most of the responsibility being laid on the school. I understand that the school did not own the truck, they didn't drive the truck, but it's their responsibility to allow trucks or cars, whether it be from teachers or from parents driving. The school is responsible for any vehicle that goes beyond its gate. So that's pretty much what I have to say. You know, all my condolences to Benjamin Bair's family. I wish you guys all the best in this mournful, painful time. There's no word that I can actually put out there to say it to make you guys feel any better. I just don't know how I would feel to lose a child at such a young age, you know. So the only thing I can offer right now is my sincerest condolences from me and my family. So yeah, that's pretty much all I can say about this situation, people. And even though it's a sad situation and it adds a little dimness to the channel, I still have to find time to big up some people.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
The first person I want to big up is a channel called Seal Mad Flavor. And next I want to big up one of my favorite subscribers, Naz Drew.
Big up yourself to the maximum.
Okay people, so I'm going to leave it at that. As you know, on my channel I accept thumbs up and thumbs down. I accept agreement and disagreement, because at the end of the day, each one teach one. Until next time people, peace.